InfiniteLives.org. Here we have the 8-step method, the how to make any image with our angled border. You need two things. You need Photoshop or Paint.net, which is a free Photoshop type program. Everybody loves free. You also need the preset file. I've created two, one for Photoshop and one for Paint.net. You can download either of them below. We're going to use the Paint.net file. So once you've installed Paint.net, open the Paint.net file and make a new layer by clicking this little icon right. Once you've done that, double click that new layer to name it image for better referencing. Always name layers. My grandpa taught me that. You want to make sure your image layer is below the gray border but above the white. Think of the white border as your canvas. You can make stuff on it, but because I'm bringing in my own picture, don't need it so much. When I add my own picture, you make sure you choose open, because if you don't, it will expand the canvas, and we don't want that. Now let's copy our image into our preset file. Select the Move Selected Pixels tool. Just click on your image, anywhere, and you can hit Control-C to copy. Or you can do as I do in the Edit menu and go to Copy. Now go back to our other file, onto our image layer, and hit Control-V to paste. Or do as I do in the Edit menu. Now, see, it gives us the option, expand canvas. No! We're going to keep canvas size. Thank you. Select the Move tool to move the image around as I do. Bring it to one corner so you can get the little hand icon, which lets you scale it down. Now you want to be careful, because you can scale and distort, as I'm doing now purposefully. If you hold Shift, you will not distort, as I'm doing now, purposefully. So let's get that in place. Distortion free is always good, my friends. That is one handsome man, I have to say. Alright, let's get that in place. A little tweak here, a little move there, a little scale. Yes. Now we want to erase what's outside of the gray border, so let's grab our eraser tool. And I'm going to set the size to 8. Now you want to be sure to erase every last pixel that falls outside of this gray border. As you can see, I'm scrubbing back and forth over and over again just to make sure, even though it looks like nothing's there. If there is something there, it will look bad. It will show up, and I promise you, you will not be happy. You might even cry a little bit. So I've included a layer with one of our logos. Feel free to use it or not. Double click that layer so I can change the blending mode to something you can see. And I'm going to select the Move tool, and once again I'm going to scale, and I'm going to hold Shift. You better believe it, boy. Look at that beautiful Shift scale. Look at it, here we go. Oh, Shift scale. Nothing beats a Shift scale, because if you don't Shift scale, it will distort. I don't like the light gray of that logo, so I'm double clicking the layer, bringing up the blending mode and changing it to get it something a little darker. Now I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to name it text. I'm going to add some text to this layer. You don't got to be a genius to figure that one out. So once you select the text tool, you want to select the size. You can make it bold, you can make it italic, make it any size you want. Then you want to choose the color of your text. I want the text to blend with the border, make it seem like it's coming out of the border. So I'm going to do the same color as the border, which is hexadecimal code CACACV, in case you guys want to do the same thing. So the way Paint.net handles text, it's a little finicky. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Once I type in the text and set it, go to a different layer, edit something else, once I try to come back, I cannot change the text. It is set in stone. And by all means, if you have found a way, do post a comment below letting all of us know. Thank you in advance. And once you're satisfied, as I am satisfied with my masterpiece, you're going to want to save it. Save it as a PDN. This way you can come back and edit it later if you want. You could change the text or rotate the text or add a different picture. And just like layers, always name your files. Makes it easy to find later. Next, you're going to want to save again. You're going to want to save it as a GIF or a JPEG. GIFs are nice because you can save them with transparency. And if you put an image in and it overlaps the border, you're going to want transparency. Not only that, GIFs load so much faster. Once again, naming the file accordingly. And we're going to choose the default settings. You don't got to change anything, just click OK. And we're going to have to flatten the image. And don't worry, it's not like flattening your soda pop, it's more like pancaking an orange. And here you see I have my 3 files saved and my GIF ready to upload to my profile page. Alright, this concludes the 8-step tutorial on how to make your avatar with the infinite styling. And I have to say, kids, it's not every day that I get to use my sportscasting voice. So I thank you.